I wonder too whether or not, because now we're gonna turn to the modern. We're gonna take all that, synthesize it, distill it, and then apply it to the modern context. Whatever we're going through now, whatever condensation and regurgitation of ideation, culture, spiritualism, religion, ideology, constituted societal circumstances, power structures, whatever rearrangement is going on now, it is decidedly less noble and formed in carved effigy. It's less beautiful than you could have ever come up with in a village in Germany in 1600, or even in Judea in the year zero, or in the year 30. The world, I guess maybe it's just that the world the world doesn't necessarily allow for palaces that the people bow down to. But then again, they do. Look outside the window at any major city in the world. Those skyscrapers are there as emblem. They're there emblematic, so that the people know who we worship. We worship that. We worship bank loans from Switzerland. We worship billion-dollar contracts to show how long we're going to be here. And that's what it's about. It's not about consumerism. It's not about worshiping material goods. It's not about the malls, which are lit and bare and selling nothing for way too much. It's about the belief that people have in that being the reason for them to get up, and it's about the belief that people have. Why should I get up in the morning and go to a job that doesn't fulfill me, and toil at that for a spouse who doesn't appreciate it, and for children who complain? Why should I do that? Why should I support the local landlord's economic venture in that way? Well, coming up with saying that the Son of God died for your sins and redeems you as the meek self-sacrifice to the demons, as an eternal act of courage. That's pretty damn good. And there's a lot of truth in it, and that's why it worked for so long. I believe even in the squalor of a pigsty in rural France in the year 750, they believed in it. They believed in it. And the Puritans believed in that too, because it's a good sales pitch. That's a good and that's a real hard scrabble, good faith effort. You're doing it. You're putting in the work. You're back to the grindstone. You're preparing yourself to meet with God. Everything for God's kingdom. That ain't bad. That's a good reason to get up in the morning if you believe in it. It's a tougher sell. This one is a tougher sell, and I think they're having a real hard time doing it, because just building the cathedrals is not enough. The cathedrals are not enough. People have to believe it in their daily life, and I think that they're now resorting to such tactics of they're subverting the masses. They're not even appealing to our better senses of spiritual truth. They're attempting to damn us into accepting it. That's why I think that, yes, it's not a beautiful attempt this time. It's grotesque. It's craven. It's perverted. It's depraved. It's disgusting. The world is a cartoon. It's a parody of belief. It's a parody of truth, in like the worst way. And that's why I don't think it's because anything was any less destitute or any less cynical. Yes, the power structures of 16th century Europe were hell-bent on dethroning the Pope. And that's how they did it. That's how they fucking did it. I don't care who they were. I don't care where they lived. I don't care what part of society they came from. That's what they wanted to do, and they got it done. It doesn't matter if Martin Luther came along first, or if he was a part of it, or they planted the idea in his mind, or he just showed up and they were like, this guy's going to be useful. That's what they did. And it worked. It worked beautifully. It worked in one of the most spectacular ways that has ever existed in this galaxy or the next. But they're trying it again, and it's just not working because it just ain't the same. Because they aren't even trying. It seems like they aren't even trying. And it's a damn shame. I gotta amend that because they are trying. They are trying in many ways. They put in great effort to construct the cathedrals. They put in great effort to dull the masses into believing what it must be believed for this to be enacted and maintained. But they try in all the wrong way. I think it's that their belief, maybe they do have to take on some aspect of the belief. Maybe the power structures do have to sell out. They have to buy in a little bit. The pharaohs have to actually believe in the sun god. You know, the Romans have to actually believe in the state. The Byzantine emperor has to actually convene with Christ. And the Muslims, of course, they really have to believe in Muhammad. Even if, under it all, it's just all about power, the maintenance of it, and making sure that the energy sources on this planet, which are the other human beings, don't ever mistake that. And this is why it's like, man, okay, you start to look at the elites and these aristocratic classes, the priest classes, the lordships. Are they innocent? Are they of the aspect? Do they believe it too? Do they really believe? And then we have to ask, and we have to convene again, and we have to call out again. There must be a separate force at play. Why would people believe something that they didn't really mean? What's the incentive? Do people really want to fuck over their fellow man? Do people really want to create a world of pain and suffering? Or do they really believe? Do you really believe that you are God's emissary on earth? Or is that just convenient rhetoric to sell what you must, to get what you must out of it? I think it's probably some combination of both, but it's like, man, I just don't think people really fool themselves all that much. I think people really believe in things. But maybe not. I don't know. Nobody can say the truth except for the fucking truth, man. This is the fucking thing. I fucking hate. You have to be very careful, especially in this fucking day and age and this time. But I guess it really never fails, the fact that this is a timeless fact. That ironic. The very fact that people attempt to define, they attempt to place into a context of understanding what truth is, man. Truth is a felt experience. Truth is the immediate moment and present moment of felt experience. It's not a list. It's not some characterization that you wrote down. It's only the bleeding edge of eternal reality, the becoming of truth in its fullness. You can't say it. You can't describe it. And it's like, look, the best efforts you can have are transcribing and leaving some fucking trace of being there. But attempting to categorize and canonize something for a purpose outside of from the place. It's a given. It's a gift from the place. And man, I can't help but any effort to define truth as other than that is sinister. It's sinister. And what force would make that unto man? The demon. The demon comes to go against what is righteous. That is what the demon is. The demon is the proclivity of something to try to define something against what is righteous. To define the truth against itself. This is what the demon will do. This is why human knowledge categorized and concatenized and placed into a context of itself is evil. It fundamentally is, because it goes against the immediate present moment of felt experience. That is the truth.